Hello, I wonder whether you think that the universe as we know it came into being by design or by chance. One person who contributed to this debate was Fred Hoyle, born on this day in 1915, an academic scientist who did a lot to popularise science by his television appearances. But he, in 1946, with some colleagues, came up with the theory of stellar nucleosynthesis, the idea that the constituent parts of the universe as we know it and of our bodies actually emerged, is the dust that came from the life and death of stars some 4.5 billion years ago. And a recent discovery of a NASA Osiris experiment that brought back dust from the asteroid Bennu found that dust was that old, and so backed up Hoyle's theory. Hoyle said that it was more likely that a tornado sweeping through a junkyard could produce a Boeing 747 than that the world as we know it came to be in existence just by chance. Everything had to be just right, and this suggested an intelligent design. Indeed, one physicist, Paul Davies, came up with the theory. He called it the Goldilocks enigma, the idea that everything had to be just right. And if it had to be just right and couldn't be wrong by even an infinitesimal amount, then there must be a design behind the world as we know it. And if those things hadn't been just right, the world wouldn't, as we know it, would not have come into existence. Well, I think we need to take our pick, really. I mean, clearly the designer that Fred Hoyle is talking about is not the God of most religions, certainly not the Christian God. It's not a personal God. It's an intelligent design, but it is a pointer to the fact that perhaps there is something that exists that meant that the world as we know it isn't just a product of chance. And I think in my mind, if I have to weigh up looking around me and seeing how wonderful everything is and how it all fits together, if you ask me to decide whether that was designed or produced by a pure fluke, I think the designer theory it comes out top. But it's a fascinating idea, and one which I think can feed into the thoughts of those of us who have a belief in a God that's more than just a designer, but a God that did design the world that we live in.